Hey guys, this is a very quick video on how to change the battery out on your Avalanche, whatever. This is a 5.3 liter engine, 2009. This will work on a lot of other size engines and years. I think 2004 up to 2014. Your 5.7, 6.0, even your 6.2, it'll be very similar. Your diesel will have two batteries, but what you gotta do is you gotta take 13 millimeter. Take out this part right here, and I know I already got it off, but that right there pops out. 2 bolts there, 2 bolts there. Use a 6.13. There's probably a standard that fits it too, but I didn't check. Once you do that, then you got a 10 millimeter. Take this off, and you just unscrew that a little bit, loosen the tension, and this thing pops open. Loosen that a bit. Once you got those both disconnected, then you'll come around here and you'll see this piece, and it'll be right like that in there. Go ahead and take that out, make it easier. It's 13 and 13 down there. I use extension. And then you have your piece that holds the battery down right there, 13 millimeter. Show you what it looks like. It's just right here. Once again, I do apologize for the lighting. It's really dark out here. Maybe that's a bit better. Once you get that piece out, this battery will just lift out. See if I can get enough leverage with one arm. I have to turn it sideways and just pull it out. This is the battery that had in it, and that is a good quality battery. AC Delco, but it just it's too old. Needs another one put in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put a new battery in there. Just look up your year, make, model, engine size, and all that, and they'll tell you what you need. And it's just the same thing in reverse. And make sure the battery's fastened down tight so it doesn't wobble around, and you're good to go. Hopefully this video helped, and once again I do apologize for the lighting. Have a good night. Hey guys, so first part of the video I showed you how to take it out. I'll do this just to show you how to put it back in. Very quick video. If you ever got lost doing it. Okay, so there's where it goes. Here's this piece. I just set that down in there to store it. There's that piece. First thing you want to do when everything's off, grab your battery, pop that off. Put some of your battery stuff. There's still plenty on these terminals. A lot of people like to put that stuff on. As long as it's having a good tight connection, it'll be good. Go ahead and set this in right here. Alright, so it's don't really have anywhere to put the battery. But alright, so you can see where negative's back here. So we'll want to flip this around, and you'll probably need 2 arms for doing this. Should have enough strength left in me. Alright. Just make sure you line it up. See how that side snugs in, and then your back side right there where it won't move. Snug it back a bit. Then we want to put that plastic piece back on. Okay, that would be this, and then the 13, and then use your ratchet, or if you have an impact, or even a drill. Impactor drill is a very quick way of doing it. You will want to work on your car more often if you have a power tool. Alright, let's see if that's tight. Get it nice and tight. Next thing to do is get these over here. Make sure they don't get bound up when we're putting the support bracket back on. Now, maybe this might trick some of you guys up. See that nut on the bottom? That's for the top. And this right down here, that's for the lower part. So there's a little bit of difference. See how it goes there. And this part goes up here. So you'll just want to start by, it's really difficult to do with one hand, forgive me. Just trying to get that started. Okay, we got it started. Now we're going to go back and get another one. Alright, you see down there. Once you have them both started, then we can snug them up. There you go. So I'll go ahead and tighten the bottom one with the impact. Alright, and then I'll use a different tool to pack that one up. And then for this, we'll put this bracket on last. We're going to go ahead and snug these up. Make sure they're on smooth and the battery cable will rest on the side. Alright, and this one too. Make sure it's all the way to the bottom. These terminals are in great shape. Sometimes these are just flat worn out. And then you get your 10mm. I'm just going to use a wrench for the simplicity of it. Make sure not to ground it to anything. Got that one. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Okay, got that snug. Give it the wiggle test. Put about 25 pounds on it. Nice and tight. And if your terminals are dirty or these connections are dirty, go ahead and clean them. It's very important you do that. Now what we're going to do is get this thing going. Now this is going to be hard to do with one hand, but I'm going to go ahead and do this with both hands just so I can get it done. I'm just going to hand turn all these. Start with that one. Remember, the metal piece goes underneath, not on top of the frame. So I got that one, and I'll get the other three. Those put on. There's the other one back there. Alright, got that one going. I won't be able to see me, but I'm going to put these two in and just hold it up. Swim a little bit. Alright, now that I got them all started, go ahead and tighten all these with the good old heavy duty, ridiculously too large for half of the jobs electric ratchet. This thing is really strong, but you can barely get it anywhere, and if you can get it in that spot, you can pretty much use one of these, you know, which are even stronger. So it's good for there you go. We'll go back through it again. Alright, that one. Alright. You can just feel the power in this. It's pretty great. I like my Matco the best though. 330 foot-pounds. And then I got a giant Cobalt. You probably saw my other videos if you took the time to watch them. Which is just crazy huge at, I think, 12 or 1300 foot-pounds. And they even make bigger ones in Milwaukee, 1 inch and all that. But now that we got a new battery in it, we're going to go ahead and let it run for a bit to juice it up. Let's see if I can find the key. Just had it. Alright, I found it. Now, they were thinking it was a starter. because they didn't have strong enough jumper cables to jump this, and you know, it's a truck, so it takes more power. So we're gonna see if this fixes it. Huh, it's interesting. There's no way that battery's dead. But it, you know, it's a Walmart battery, probably is. I'm gonna go ahead and jump it. Maybe the starter is bad on this. Started right up when I hooked up the jumper box to it. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and hook this. First I'll turn it around, hook it to a ground. There you go. Then we'll grab the positive, and you'll get up to something like that. We're showing 12 volts, which is too low. Now we're at 12.6 because I turned on the jumper box. This is an amazing jumper box, by the way, for you guys and girls that work on vehicles. Now after it has power, we're gonna start it, if I can find the key. Starts right up. So I mean, I think that battery needs a charge a bit. Starts right up. Let's check the voltage. You can tell since it's above 12 or 13 volts. 14 is a great alternator. It means it's charging. Now let's say this was at 12.6 with the engine running. That means your alternator is not getting a connection, or your battery is not getting a connection to be charged by the alternator. This means a good alternator does not mean it's a good battery. So if you get this jumped and it's showing 14.8, 14 anything, you have a good alternator, but that doesn't mean your battery will hold the charge. And I can already hear some squealing noises. This thing does need some maintenance. We'll let it sit for a bit, and you can see how it dropped a bit when I turn this off. So I'm going to let it charge for 10 minutes since this is a new battery and it's not fully charged. A lot of people highly suggest to do that. And you know, this is an Eldorado. Not an Eldorado, a Avalanche. So it needs a bit more power than other vehicles with all the luxury things on it. Now when your battery is bad, something as simple as, you know, this radio caster, if it stays on when the vehicle's off, that will make your battery die. So you always want to make sure you have enough cranking amps. The battery for this vehicle is a H6, fits perfect in there. So hopefully this video helps. I'll leave in the description if it was just the battery needing to charge for a bit. If it did need a starter, I'm going to check how many volts it pulls. If it pulls down all the way down to like I think 8 or 7 volts, that means the starter motor is going out, so it takes way too much power to turn it over. That could be a possibility. So we'll see what goes on with it. Thanks for watching.